Bonanza Pilot here. In this video, we're gonna talk about kind of how we got to know each other, kind of where he's based at, what his Oshkosh experience has been, and a little bit about his background. What we're not going to talk about is all the stuff you really care about, like what are the real details about his airplane, what was his A&P experience, getting his A&P as an owner, what was, how has he enjoyed like his refurbishment of the Taylor craft that is absolutely immaculate. Your experiment, I keep forgetting, it's a Rans S7.
Rans S21.
S21. We're not talking about it, so you guys have to wait. So if you want to see it again, you'll have to listen to the next one. Oh yeah, there you go. And why you have to get.
How do I hide forward?
So it irritated me at first, and now I just let her. Like, do you want to? I was asking as an option.
Don't tell me what to do.
They're not going to get that meme. She wants me to do an Amelia video where, like, as a meme.
I am not going to be part of an Amelia video. Check. It's 1, 2, testing.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
How do I sound?
Hey guys, this is a mini podcast episode. Hey guys, Bonanza Pilot from the future here. So I misspoke. This actually isn't like a mini podcast episode. We didn't have really enough content for that. Instead, this is kind of the prototype for a new series that I've been excited to do, which is Meet the Fleet, where I go and meet as many V-tail Bonanza pilots as I possibly can, interview them about their airplanes, and kind of get their story. So this was not really how we had planned this. This was a very impromptu meeting, so everything's a little bit disjointed, but I hope you guys enjoy the video, and we will try to refine the technique when we make future videos, and maybe we'll go see Brian again and his N35 Bonanza. I'm Bonanza Pilot with Flying with Brian.
Flying with Brian, yeah.
If you haven't heard of his channel, it's because YouTube algorithm is complete garbage and doesn't know how to recommend good content. Yeah. But you have we've known each other for years now.
Yeah, maybe.
Back when my first controversy, oh, there goes a beautiful Bonanza. My first controversy was on Beach Talk. It wasn't even on YouTube. It was related to YouTube. And he supported me when nobody else would. And then he promptly regretted it whenever I crashed into a tree.
I don't even really remember exactly what I said, but I was like, this guy.
It didn't have to be much. Yeah. It was maybe just like, don't stop flying. That was enough at that time to keep me from throwing in the towel completely.
Yeah, yeah.
So we met up. We're here at Oshkosh at the very tail end, which is when I always come.
You're missing the good part.
That's what everyone said.
There's so many more airplanes. Like, this was just rows and rows.
I mean, at least it's dry. There's no mud when we came in.
And well, the good part about you coming late.
Yeah. And if there's random interruptions, it's because we're literally right on the flight line, so you're gonna hear, it's ambient noise.
I like it.
These are all a bunch of warbirds taking off right now.
That's a cool one. Grumman Avenger, that was a torpedo bomber, World War II.
Is that the one? There's not very many of those. Or is it the TBEF or something that there's like only one? The Dauntless or something is one of the only ones?
The Dauntless is the dive bomber that was really rare. There's more of those.
There's a few more. Okay. Yeah. I didn't know I'm kind of a casual
so
when it comes to
my grandfather was a Navy guy in World War II, so that's good.
That's right. So you have a rich, tell about your lineage of the Navy. You guys have a rich lineage of Navy guys.
I mean, not a lot. My grandfather was he was a sailor. He was on the Enterprise, which was a prominent aircraft carrier in World War II. He got on just after the Battle of Midway. So I was just always, he told some stories, and I would, as a kid, read books and check out the library books about that.
Yeah.
And then, Top Gun came out when I was like 15. I was an impressionable
You didn't have a chance.
And then we were on a vacation. I was with some of my cousins, like you were saying. My dad was a farmer, so I always took vacations with cousins when I was a kid.
Oh, there you go.
And I was still around 15 or 16, and my oldest cousin was like 18 or 19. Some guys started talking to her at the beach. Well, those guys were Navy flight students. So I started asking questions, and I'm like, so the Navy paid for your college, and now you're living on the beach learning how to fly jets? I'm like, I want to do that.
They didn't tell you about the 6-month deployment where you'd be pulling sand out of every crevice.
Yeah.
Do you keep this plane in your community that you have?
I absolutely can. It's Hotel 75 is the identifier. It's Hernando, Mississippi, which is it's become urban sprawl from Memphis now, just about. But I've been there for I moved there in 2005. My neighbor Kurt, who's out of the picture, he's hiding.
He's hiding back there. We'll get him on one of these days.
I had a different airplane project at the time, and I was looking for some parts or something. I don't even remember exactly what we did, but I think it was me. Yeah. Well, it was before. I think it was before the mall. Anyway, we met online, and no.
Oh, they met. I wonder what website that was.
And at the time, I lived in Meridian, Mississippi, and I was going to drive home to Arkansas to see my parents. So we swung through the Memphis area, met Kurt, and he lives on this air park, and I'm like, wow, you have your hangar in your backyard. This is so cool. One day, if I can get hired by FedEx, I can live right there and do that. And about 2 years later, I built a house across the street from him, and we've been neighbors for 20 years now. And he's a mechanic and a pilot, so I learned a lot from him.
And you have your A&P
and
now.
He talked me into getting my A&P, and so it's a great, the air park community. There's pros and cons, but it's cool to be around airplane people and get to do that. Like you said, we're a 3,000 foot grass strip. We get some rain in the winter. It's not houses along a runway. It's like a subdivision that feeds down to it, which means our taxiways get soft. So that's the downside. We can't always.
If anyone wants to sponsor a 500-yard asphalt taxiway,
a little paving project,
we'll get a GoFundMe started for Brian. There you go.
So, Ben, how did you meet Brian?
So we met. This is the first time meeting in person, which is hilarious.
Yes.
Like, if that isn't online, friendships, then I don't know what is, because we reached out. This would have been back in probably like 2019, 2020. I remember messaging you while I was in the microbiology lab as a TA, and I'm over here like trying to get little petri dishes made. He's like, we were texting back and forth about, I think you were asking me about, I had talked about flying the tube instead of flying a wire, and you had asked, you're like, what is, because you guys I think learned the flying the wire for approach, and I was like, yeah, my instructor said, a wire could sag. You think about like telephone poles and the power lines, but if you're flying a tube, you are just on rails the whole way down. I remember us discussing, I don't know why that sticks out to me, but that's one of the early conversations.
When I was in the Navy, I was what we call a landing signal officer, so an LSO. And our job was like every fourth day, instead of flying, we were recovering the airplanes on the ship. So you you grade the landings, you debrief the pilots, and then when I became an instructor pilot in the Navy, I taught a lot of landing stuff because of that. So the whole glide slope thing as a Navy guy is kind of my specialty for what I did in the Navy.
That's got to translate a lot to short. I bet you there's nothing shorter than a carrier landing. So in reality, I'm among experts now. You should be the one telling me how to do these things.
The Navy's the angle of attack and control the glide slope with the power. And so that was the way I learned how to fly.
More of like, you want to be hanging on the power, or it may be different with your guys' aircraft.
You don't want to have a lot of excess energy. You're not, the airplane's not going to respond to your power corrections. Do
you guys like fly it on, or do you feel like you were actually flaring? Was it more it's just descent, bam, arrest, essentially? Okay. Yeah. So maybe there's a little, even with short field technique, you can plan it. Right. But like, if you want to reuse your airplane, I want to hand my airplane off to my grandkids at some point, I probably need to flare a little bit.
Yeah. But the AOA usage and the way you control the precision approach definitely translates over.
Was that newer technology back then, or was the AOA pretty prominent already? I don't know much about the but those are very curious. I don't know if you know.
I'm not sure. AOA is at least since I would guess the 60s.
Which
70s.
Angle of attack is the AOA, in case we don't want to be too technical with our. Angle of attack, and you have one in your Bonanza that you're really happy with.
I have one of the Alpha Systems one. It's an earlier one, but I like it. I think it has a lot of good information. Once you calibrate it, I look at my airspeed every now and then, but I'm really looking at that during my approach if I need to.
Higher. It's on your dash, right? So I feel like your sight picture is a little, like you're not having to, for me, my airspeed, it's only down here, but that's still a long way to move my eyes off of my aim point.
So the ones you can get now, you can put on top of the dash, and you can see the color change and stuff. Mine is actually the very top of my panel.
Okay.
I would like it to be above the dash, but that's not what I have.
But we're with your beautiful, I can say it's an N35.
It's an N35.
I don't know why I want to say P35.
It's a 61. So the only difference between the N and the P is really the instrument panel.
Okay. Did they stock with a 260?
260.
Okay. So it had the IO 470 out of the factory then.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's the first year of the 240-gallon tanks, the first year of the long window. All that.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh, so this is all. Is it pretty factory or has it been modified? Oh, there's your angle of attack. That's so. That is beautiful. Even though it's not on your dash, that's still a great place for it.
So on speed is that blue light right there.
Okay.
And if it's like it lights up all the way across, and as you get slower, these lights go out.
Okay.
And then, so if you're getting real slow, you're only in the red.
How far into the red before you stall?
Oh, probably like 2 on or something like that. I haven't stalled in a while. You calibrate it yourself though, so you can kind of tweak it to however you want it.
We got to go flying in this airplane. You got to show me some. I'll show you a whole different world of Bonanza. I think you could fly this thing STOL no problem. I mean, yeah, it may not. It's not going to be like E-Series Bonanza STOL. But I bet you could have a lot of fun. If you're willing to go off, I mean, then you have to worry. I don't want to tear up your nice paint.
I want to do a grass strip on my parents' farm, and so I had those size fuel quantity things, the digital ones.
And they run to that.
They sense to that, and then I can look over here, and I can tell it which tank I'm on.
What? Oh, sorry.
That X is which tank I'm using.
Yeah.
So that's my fuel flow. So I got 2 ways to see how much gas I have. Nice. So not only are my gauges accurate, but it's also tracking the fuel flow. So it's nice. I used to keep a fuel log all the time of how much fuel I burn. I don't even like the gauges just work now.
Is IFR capable? And you're IFR rated, so.
And I haven't the old Britain autopilot. You see that very often in the older Bonanzas at all?
We've ripped some out. I've never seen one operational.
So I had the wing leveler when I first got it.
Yeah.
And it worked. Then I had a buddy, like you said, rip him out. He had a Debonair, and he just took it out. But he turned it into the full autopilot. So it's not it will fly whatever course I have in here. I have GPS roll steering and stuff for it.
So you've been super happy with it then.
Yeah.
And you can get those for a song.
Right. So but the only problem is he passed away. So there's no gurus for Britain autopilots anymore. So if that goes bad,
that's a shame.
It's been about eight years, I think, since I got it done, and it's worked flawlessly since then.
I'd like to know how many times each one of you have flown in or driven in, or total time that you've been to Oshkosh.
To Oshkosh?
Oh yeah. How many times have you been to Oshkosh?
Okay, let me think. The first time I came, didn't have an airplane yet. It was 2001.
Is that the year you got your airstrip?
No, I moved into Hernando in 2005.
Oh, okay.
So I came to Oshkosh. That'll be a side story. I'll tell it right quick anyway. Came to Oshkosh. I'm still in the Navy. I always wanted to come. Flew into Milwaukee, rode Greyhound here, brought a tent. Didn't know anybody.
Did you wear your flight suit so everybody knew you were?
No, I did that. I did that the next year. But so I bought some plans for an airplane I was going to build from scratch, and fortunately, a friend of mine told me that's going to take you 20 years. So we ended up getting another project. But that was the first time, 2001. The next time, I got some fellow Navy instructor guys, and we brought 3 Navy trainers here.
Nice.
So we had one of them on. It was Aeroshell Square. We had a static display. And actually met Bert Rutan. You have to talk to him that year.
Oh, that's amazing.
So that was the second time, and then there's a few years off. Since 2001, it's now 2025. Out of the 24 years, I've probably been 15 times, maybe more than that.
Okay.
Yeah, I got hooked pretty quick.
I've been 3 times. This is why. First time I rode in with my parents and my family-in-law. I get my in-laws. That's what you call them. Went with my in-laws. I was dating at the time, and then I flew in last year. I flew in this year only because Ryan dragged me here. I was tempted not to, and I'm so happy I'm here.
Yeah.
So yeah, different a little bit. Like he has way more experience with the Oshkosh. He has more experience to everything. We both.
Also, 30 years older than you.
Yeah, that's true. You don't look a day over 27.
Yeah.
Anyways, he's got to go off. He's a real social butterfly, and he's got important people to have important conversations.
That's the cool thing. The more you come, the more people you meet, and then you're like, oh, hey, he's here. Let's go see them. And
exactly.
That's part of the Oshkosh experience.
So because of that, we have to cut this short, but this is a little sneak peek. All right, Brian has so many things. We haven't even talked about his Taylor craft. We haven't talked about his experimental that he's building right now. So if you guys like this and respond well to it, actually either way, I don't care whether you like it or not. I like Brian, so we're doing it again. But we will. This is a little teaser teaser for when we're going to meet up here pretty soon. I don't know whether I'll fly to him or whether he'll fly to me, but we are going to do this real justice because he has tons of experience, and we've both been in the Bonanza community for a long time.
Are you guys both planning on being here next year?
Are you planning to be here next year?
I mean, yeah, I think so. I mean, I haven't set in stone, yes, but I'm bidding my vacation for work right now, and I always bid the last week of July off, so.
I will
That's one of my
probably be
priorities.
here most likely, and hopefully there'll be more E-Series. In fact, maybe next year you'll fly your A35 that you're gonna buy. I'm gonna get him into an E-Series. It happens to everyone. It's a malignancy.
It's tempting, but don't show my wife that.
All right, we'll see you guys later.
See you guys.
Until the next one, like and subscribe, and also to Flying with Brian. Wow, okay.
Should we hug it out?
Yeah, this looks like those hostage videos that they have in like the Middle East, where they're like, I love Islam. I gotta get me one of these.
Keeps the rain from getting in it.
Yeah,
which is nice.
for sure. This is a nice airplane.
Homogeneous.
I like that a lot. Well,
This is pointy, I'm sorry.
I like them. She's a beauty.
Thank you.